It's Patrick from J&P Cycles, and today we're going to talk about tires. Here in J&P Cycles, we carry about any kind of tire you could want. Hard compounds, soft compounds, wide white walls, narrow white walls, but none of that matters unless you know what tire fits your bike. That's where you have to start. From there you can work your way down to specifics. Now, one of the things I've noticed, I've literally seen thousands of tires installed at events, dealt with customers in our stores, is the reality is most people don't know what size tire is on their bike, and that's okay, because that's what we're here to talk about today. All you got to do, get a little dirty, get down on your garage floor, roll your bike forward, and you're looking for this set of numbers right here. This is the size of the tire that's on your bike. What this first number means, this is the width of the tire across the back. Second number is actually what they call the aspect ratio, which is the height of this sidewall here. And then this third number is the rim size. So this is a 16, this goes on a 16-inch wheel, which is the diameter of this tire through here. So if you have a 16-inch wheel, obviously you want a 16-inch tire. If this said 18, you had a 16-inch wheel, obviously would not fit. There's some other little markings on here which we're gonna get into too. But throw a little curve your way. There's another way you're gonna see this, especially the cruiser folks out there, is the alphanumeric system. So what we're looking at here is an MU85B16. What this MU is, it's the same thing as if it was 140 millimeters. I know that's confusing. It's an older system that's been around for quite a while. The nice thing is if you go to the tire finder on our website and you click on width drop down, it'll drop you down. It'll have both alphanumeric and just like the metric number system on there. So it'll say 140/MU. Now this will be a R or it'll be a B like was on this tire over here. That means either radial or bias ply. A radial tire is probably going to have a little bit better wear characteristics and handling characteristics because you won't get as much sidewall flex as you will out of like a bias ply tire. But bias ply tires are meant for carrying heavier loads and give you a little bit more of like a cushy ride going on the highway, hence seeing them on all the big cruiser bikes. So, got our width, our aspect ratio, which is sidewall height, and we'll have either an R or a B for radial or bias ply. On to the rim size, 16. 77H is the load rating and the speed rating. And we have a chart listed on the tires on the website. It's gonna show you where that falls. You definitely don't wanna put a lighter weight load rating on a bike that needs the heavier load. So if you have a big dresser and you know what, this tire fits. So this tire is a 180/70 R16, but let's say it has a 64 load rating. And you know what, that tire is cheaper, so I'm gonna buy that. Well, you're not gonna want that. For one, it's unsafe, and two, it's gonna wear a lot faster. That tire's gonna break down a lot quicker. It's not meant for those heavier loads. And then the other thing is speed rating. If you need a Z-rated tire because your bike will do 180 and you're the type of person who'll do 180, you don't want to lower like an H-rated tire that's only good for 130 miles an hour or something. So you want to match up what you have on the bike. Another point I want to get to is guys always want to go wider. Well, my Sportster's got a 130 on it, but my buddy said I can put a 150 on it. Well, just because you can shoehorn it under your fender in your garage and get a matchbook on either side doesn't mean you should do it, because that tire is going to grow at speed or when it's compressed due to weight. So my recommendation is put the size tire that came on it from the factory. Those guys do their homework. There's a reason for it. Once you've got the size, worked out on what size you need, then you can get into, do I want like a Michelin Commander or a Metzeler 888 that's going to be a higher mileage tire, or do I want something like a Dunlop K591 that's going to be a little bit stickier? Also, do I need a tube or do I not need a tube? Common question. If you have spokes, you need a tube. Tubeless tires are generally mag wheels, billet wheels, those types. They don't need tubes because it's a smooth surface on the inside of the rim. Whereas a spoked rim, where the spokes hook into the rim, is going to leak air. So you have to have a tube. You also have to have a rim strip. The rim strip goes around the rim and protects where the spokes seal up to the rim. That's kind of like a jagged area. This makes a nice smooth surface for this tube to lay on top of in there and not get poked by the spokes that are protruding through the rim. So these rim strips are only a couple of bucks. When you change your tire, Don't cheap out just because the one's in there. Replace the rim strip, and always replace your tube. Just because the tube's not flat doesn't mean it doesn't need to be replaced. Tubes wear too, and they can fail. And you know what? Even if it fails, you don't want to be somewhere, you know, you just put a new tire on, you go 20 miles down the road, and you have a tube failure. Buy a new tube. Tubes are sized also, and if you have any questions about that, you can always contact us on chat or call us on our 800 number if you have any questions about the sizing. But another thing is center versus side metal. This is a center. You can see kind of this tube is folded in the middle, and this valve stem is right in the center. Whereas this tube over here, this is to a rear tire, and you can see it's offset. So this is folded in the center here, and the valve stem is offset. So you want to check your bike. If the valve stem is coming through the middle of the rim, you need a center metal valve tube. If it's coming through the side, you need a side metal valve tube. If you don't get that, it won't work. You can't put a center metal tube in a side valve rim. It's just going to twist the tube up. It's not going to work. So you have to get the proper tube. Now, another good piece of information on the side of here, if you do install your tires, is this little dot right here. Some tires have these dots. These dots are called balance dots. Put the tire on the bike, line the balance dot up with your valve stem. That's going to balance out the tire to the best of its ability. I'm not saying it's going to be balanced. It's going to be as close as you're going to get without balancing it. And if you are spooning these on in your garage, that's great. You don't necessarily have a balance machine. We have a great product. Ride On. This will dynamically balance your tires all the time, as well as making them, I want to say puncture proof, but really if you pick up a nail or something like that, it seals the tire. You can definitely get down the road without a flat to get your tire fixed. Along the side of the tire, generally in very, very small letters, is going to be the recommended pounds per square inch, recommended PSI of the tire. This is the single, probably most important thing you can do to your tire once you have it installed, is run the proper tire pressure all the time. That means every gas stop, if not every other gas stop, you need to get yourself a good gauge. This is our Milwaukee Twins gauge here. Great gauge. You can check out our video on it, we'll tell you more about it. But check your tire pressure every gas stop, and it'll save you a lot of wear on your tire will perform better. Just basically a free thing to do that's going to improve the life and performance of your tire. Also, this little kit here, this is an awesome thing we sell. This is the J&P Cycles tire repair kit. Sorry for you tube guys, this isn't going to work, but if you have a tubeless tire, this is a great on-the-road repair system. We did a video on it, check it out. You can see how to use it. This will save you some heartache on the road as well. So if you have any other questions on tires, feel free to contact us via chat or our 800 number. Hit us up on Facebook, send a carrier pigeon.